Hey everybody, it's Mike Schumann of the Daily Hoosier here for another episode of the East 17th Street podcast, and I am excited to be joined by another special guest. He is none other than North Florida transfer wing Jasai Miles. Jasai, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Doing great, doing great. Appreciate your time today, and your time seems like a valuable asset. I was texting with you over the last couple of weeks, and one
Yeah.
thing that stood out is you told me, it's going to be really hard to make time during the week because I'm grinding training all day long, man.
Yeah.
What does your schedule look like these days as you get ready to head down to or head up to Bloomington?
In the mornings, I usually go work out with my high school coach, and then right after that, I go to weight room, lift weights, and then come home, chill for a little bit, and then go play like pickup or do another workout around like 4 or 5. So earlier when I was texting you, I was out doing all that, and just basically that's like what my whole week looks like. So my time during the week be very, very touch and go. I don't have too much time, but yeah, so just grinding. Just
I
grinding.
think I think that's Indiana fans will be thrilled to hear that, man. They love grinders at IU.
Yes, sir.
Um,
Yes, sir.
what areas of your game are you focused on right now?
Um, I just want to keep improving my ball handling, especially like going towards my left. I like, as I keep working on that, it's just gonna open up everything even more, get to spots easier, handle pressure better. So I really did like today, my workout, there was something wrong with the goal. We were literally just doing ball handling probably for like an hour and 15. So I really been, that's been a strong plan working on just making sure I stay in shape, conditioning, all that stuff, and just refining everything overall. And yeah.
Gotcha. Got you. So I want to go back to your time in the transfer portal. You decided to take a visit to Indiana. Kind of take me through like what led to that. Did you have connections with anybody on the staff, or how did Indiana become a place you wanted to go visit?
Yeah, so I really just, I was going through my portal process. I was actually planning on I was going on a visit, and then the day before the visit I was going on, coach texted me and said, we want to get you up here, like when could we do it, blah blah blah. This is actually I think when I got back from my visit, and right after that I was there the next day. Like they said, they flew me out the next day. They said we really want you here, really, have a plan for you. Just, we talked a lot. I really like what coach was saying. Felt very genuine. The development piece was big for me, and then I went up there. School was amazing. The arena was amazing. It was just everything I needed. And I think that Indiana is somewhere where I could really thrive and just continue getting better. And I'm excited for this next chapter and what it's going to bring. But yeah,
Did did
basically, coach just, they got me out there quick.
did you know any of those guys, or was this just kind of like a random contact out of the portal?
I didn't personally know him, but Coach Kenny knew the coaches who were helping me with my process through the portal. So, and he was over at Georgetown. So, once he left and came over to Indiana, he hit up my coaches and just told them like he thinks I'll be a good fit for the team, and he wanted to get me out there. So, I mean, it kind of just went like that, and then he introduced me to the rest of the staff and all that, and we just went from there.
What other schools were you? What other schools were you considering?
I had took so the visit. I only did one other visit. I went to George Washington, and
Gotcha.
then I was hearing from VCU heavy, Rutgers, Mississippi State. Hit me up towards the end. And it was a bunch of schools. The portal is a crazy process. Like you hear from some schools at some points, and you don't hear from them. Then you hear from other schools. So I heard from probably 30, 40, almost like 50 schools throughout the whole thing. Like it's a crazy process, honestly. But everything I was looking for and everything clicked once I got to Indiana. So I knew it was right.
And you pretty much committed on the visit, right?
Yeah, committed on the spot.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, on the spot, uh, on the visit. Yeah.
Who'd you have there with you? Did you have like family members join you, or who kind of helped you with that process?
Yeah, I had my mom, my dad, and my sister. They were with me on my visit, but like through the actual process of the portal, it was mostly My mom was involved just because she was in on the Zooms and coming on the visits and stuff. But in terms of like talking to coaches and stuff like that, it was more me and then like my coaches who were helping me with that.
Now, you're a South Florida kid, so how's your family feel about you going all the way up to Indiana?
Um, I mean, they're cool. Like they're excited. They know it's a really good opportunity. They're excited for me to be playing in that environment, that atmosphere. And I've been in Jacksonville the past 2 years, so it's not like I
Right.
was home. So they're used to kind of not being here. But yeah, I mean, they're excited. They're excited for this next chapter, also.
Will they be able to get up to any of your
Yeah.
games?
Yeah, 100%. They're gonna come to a few. I know they're gonna try to come to at least one of the Purdue games because I play one of my teammates
Yeah.
in that. So yeah, they definitely come up to a few. Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to come back to Liam Murphy in a little bit, but first let's go back to your kind of your basketball origin story. Like, how long have you been playing?
Well, I've been playing AAU since I was in fourth grade, so it was at probably like 10 old, and then I was playing, started rec leagues and stuff probably like a year or two before that. So probably around second, third grade, I've been playing for what feels like all my life, as long as I can
Yeah,
remember.
I mean, people
Basically,
think
yeah,
of South Florida as being like football, a football hotbed. Like, what
football.
what made basketball the sport for you?
I mean, I think that's a misinterpretation, especially now because before, definitely the football is better here, but now there's so much talent here basketball wise. I feel like that's not even a fair statement to make. So I
Gotcha.
mean, now it's just like we just have athletes overall. Like we grow up in the hot sun, playing outside. Like everybody runs fast, everybody jumps high. Like we got athletes down here, so it's just in whatever sport you go in. You're gonna have if you, having the South Florida foundation. You're gonna be solid in whatever sport you're in if you stick with it and work.
Did you have other basketball players in your family?
My mom actually played basketball. She played basketball in high school, and then she could have played in college, but she decided not to. And my uncle, he was, serious high school basketball. He could have played college, but other things happened. But nobody. Oh, my cousin actually plays in the NBA. Jarris Walker, he's my cousin. And then
Okay,
I got a
Indiana
cousin who's in
Pacer,
the
right?
NFL. Yeah, Indiana Pacers. He's my second cousin. And then I had a cousin in the NFL too. Won a Super Bowl for the Rams a couple of years ago, Terrell Lewis. So we got some athletes in the family for sure. We got some athletes in the family for sure.
So, why was North Florida the right fit for you coming out of high school?
Um, really, honestly, as crazy it is, that was like my only real at that time. Like once I was finished my senior season, that was like the only D1 school that was like, all right, yeah, you can come here. Like they had the offer, all that. And it happened late, but that was really the only one. Everything else I had at the time was like D2, D3 post grad, and it was right when like not too like COVID had happened, so the whole portal had happened, and coaches started recruiting out the portal more, and high school guys, got the short end of the stick at that time, but it worked out perfectly. Like I wouldn't ask to change anything because I went in there my freshman year, and then I was able to become a starter my freshman year. Like right before he got in conference play, and then I was playing with Chaz, so I'm watching
Okay.
him drive and develop, and just seeing him take off. So that was really big for me, just to actually see somebody do it, and have something to like compare to in my head. Like, okay, I could do that. I could. You feel? So it was just good to have that. And then Coach Driscoll, he pushed me every day. He was on me. But honestly, like without him, I don't think I would have been able to make that jump from my freshman year to sophomore year. Because
That
he never let like yeah, always stayed
that
on me.
that that playing style at North Florida is, very unique. I think highest number of 3-point shot attempts of any team in the country. Like, how good of a fit was that for you?
I mean, it was good because in high school, really, I shot a lot of threes too. So to go somewhere that they wanted that was nice. It was really nice. And then I don't know. I think my shot is gotten way better since going to North Florida to now. And what it'll be like in Indiana. It's gonna keep getting better just because the foundation. I was shooting so many threes over there and just so many different things about my shot. And now when I work on it, I'll just make sure I keep all those mechanics and techniques. So I'm excited for how my progression's gonna be as I keep going.
Yeah, you mentioned the progression from year one to year two. That's very clear when you look at your stats. Like, what do you attribute that to? Like, just getting comfortable at the college level, or what else went into that?
Uh, Yeah, I would say getting comfortable, having that year experience under my belt. I would also say opportunity was a big part. Like I had just had a bigger role. Coach needed me to step up. So I'd say just opportunity and preparation basically went hand in hand, and it just led to I worked all summer to make sure I was ready, and then once it was here, I was ready to go do my thing, go do our thing as a team. So yeah.
Your shot volume was off the charts. I think if I'm remembering off the top of my head, it was like 8 threes a game, which is like every guy's dream. But I'm guessing that was partly because that's what they needed from you. Like I
Yeah.
I, I want to run something by you because people have asked me about you, and I've theorized this, but I want to get your firsthand take on it. I'm basically saying Jasai's a better shooter than what we've seen because he needed to shoot more for his team, but he might shoot less shots at Indiana, but they're going to be higher quality, and he's going to get a higher percentage. What do you think
Mm-hmm.
about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think definitely a way better shooter than my percentage. I shot 33, like 34%, 33.5.
Right,
But we, like you said, we shot so many threes. So, and a lot of times, I think I definitely would say like, okay, there's times where I did settle, and I should be more aggressive getting to the rim. But yeah, like at Indiana, I doubt we'll be shooting as many threes as we had in North Florida. So if that 8 or 7 goes down to 4 or 5, but I'm staying at 4%, which I easily
right.
think I could be. I think it would be, and then also still getting to the rim and all that. I think that would help balance things out more for me, and percentages will go up and all that. But yeah, we definitely got him up a lot in North Florida. Definitely got him up a lot.
What what would you say? How would you give a self scouting report? Let me give you mine. Like when I watch your highlights, I see your right hand ability to get to the rim with your right hand is at a very high level. You finish at the rim at a very high level.
Mm-hmm.
Defensive rebounding for your position and size is borderline elite, probably. I would say those are your strengths.
Mm-hmm.
Give me what else you would include in that strength category, and maybe a couple of things you really want to get better at. I know you mentioned working on your offhand this off season.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, I mean you nailed it. Really, my right hand is I'm really confident in it. I'm really really strong with it. So attacking to my right has always been a strong suit. I'm trying to get that same comfortability in my left. Like I said, it'll open up things a lot more for me. I think when I'm set and consistent in my shot, I think every shot I'm gonna shoot is, when I'm on balance, mechanics. Like I think every shot's gonna go in. Rebounding, I'm gonna crash offensive, defensive. Um, yeah, but really, I think everything that's gonna tie together is having that left hand and just playing more with pace, a little bit more pace. I think I'm an underrated passer. So, I think playing with some of the guys that we have coming in at Indiana, I think I'll be able to show that off a little bit more. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, I just want to keep getting my left, keep changing pace, keep working on reads, and put that along with everything I have. And I think I'm approaching that level of being an all around complete player. And I just want to keep refining and keep sharpening everything.
What makes you such a good rebounder? Like what goes into that? Is that just kind of motor and want to, or is there some technique to it as well?
I mean, I really just rebounding just always been something like that's been easy to me. I don't know. It's just kind of like how I grew up playing, like playing football, playing basketball outside, always just running, grabbing the balls. Like, it's really just effort. You see the ball in the
Right,
air, go hit somebody, go run and get it.
right.
And, it's like, it's a big part of basketball. So it's like, why not it's so simple. Just, I always be like, all right, so shots up, go try to get it. That's all it is. So, I mean, it's really simplistic in my mind. And I just try to look at it like that. Like, it's just effort. So, that's, I just run and go get the ball, really. But yeah, that's it.
So I've got a deep source inside the North Florida basketball program, and he told me to ask if you're going to go buy smoothies for the whole team.
Yeah, I made a promise to coach. I'm gonna get them smoothies. Made
um,
a promise.
so just by coincidence, I'm going to segue to Josh Harris here. Give me your scouting report on him.
Josh is a dog. He's he's strong. He's dominant. If he catches it in the post, he's gonna back you down till he gets to his spot. He has great touch, great rebounder. He Josh definitely Josh has all the tools. He's gonna keep getting better. He's a dog. He's relentless, and he's great. I played with him in high school at North Florida, and this about to be our third stop together. So I've seen him how he's grown, and I think he's got a lot more to grow, and he's gonna keep getting better. And I'm excited to play with him, keep playing with him. So
Is that
yeah.
helpful for you to have somebody you know like that going up to Indiana with you?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we're grown now, so basically, I would have been fine wherever I'm at by myself, but just having that person, we're gonna live together, so having that person I know from back home, we both live here, went to school together, that comfortability, he knows me, he knows my mom, I could talk to him, he could talk to me, so I think just going in with that is gonna help us a lot, especially in that beginning, because you we'll work things out together and stuff like that. So it's definitely a benefit that we'll be going through this together.
I asked him about Liam Murphy, and I was curious if you guys had a sense for the nature of the rivalry that you were going into, the Indiana Purdue rivalry. I didn't know if you guys
Yeah,
knew like how intense it's going to be.
no, yeah. I mean, I haven't experienced it yet, so I just know what you hear, what you've watched, all of that. But I mean, I know it's gonna be crazy. I know both of those games are gonna be intense, crazy from the fans, but that's what we love. That's what we work for. That's what we dream of. So to be able to be on that court and have one of my teammates and play another one of my teammates is like it doesn't get a former team, I guess. It doesn't get no better than that. So I'm excited. I'm excited for what's to come. I'm
Do
very
you
excited.
do you want that assignment when you play them? You want to guard Liam?
I'll, I'll guard anybody. I mean, Liam knows I'm guarding him. He's not gonna get many shots up because I can't leave him open.
Right.
So, but yeah, I'm just happy to have the opportunity to play in that game, and we're gonna go out there and done. Get it done for sure.
Give me your impressions of this Indiana basketball team that Coach DeVries has put together. Like when you think of the group as a whole, like what stands out?
And we got some shooters, we got some playmakers. I think we're gonna have a. I think we're gonna be one of the best offenses in the country for sure. Especially like you. I mean, we just got so much talent, like guard wise, big wise. Coach, I think coach put a really good team together. I'm excited. You just got so many. We got so many different pieces and weapons, and it's gonna be fun to just play with so much talent. Like I think we're gonna really be really special though this year, and we definitely got the pieces and all that to do something special. So I'm just excited to see it all come together and get to work in a couple of weeks
Uh,
with all the guys.
Yeah, I mean, all coming together to me is what's interesting about it because, like you, Tucker DeVries, Lamar, Reed Bailey, like all like 15 to 20 point per game scores last year. Like, how does that all come together? Like, there's only one ball. Like, how do you guys play together?
Yeah,
And
I mean, I just think coach when we were recruiting and talking, like said, he wanted to make sure he brought together guys that know how to play and that will play well together and that share the ball and that move the ball. And so, I mean, really, if you get a bunch of we all average whatever we average, but if you bring together guys that know how to play basketball, understand the game, it don't really matter how much, because if y'all playing the right way, moving the ball, everybody's gonna eat regardless. There's only
right.
one ball, but if you're making the right plays, getting the right shots, everybody, that's how team success happens. So I think we got playmakers, and now we're gonna put it together in a way and let the playmakers make plays, and we'll overall be successful, and everybody will eat.
Got you. Last question, Josiah, and I asked Josh the same question. I'm trying to ask everybody the same question. You know, you've advanced in your career from high school to mid major, now high major. I'm sure you got a nice NIL deal. Like, how do you keep from getting comfortable? And I think you kind of answered that in your first question with how hard you're working right now. But like, you know, human
Mhm.
nature says like you achieve a goal, it's easy to get comfortable. Like, how do you personally avoid that?
I mean, just me, like coming from North Florida, like like you see, like a lot of people they go high major, play top in the country, top high schools, and they go to high major from the jump. So they never seen the flip side of that.
Right.
Me, I went to North Florida. We had no NIL, we had no money, we whatever. So I know what it is, but now I'm about to experience what it is on both sides. And obviously, if I want to keep what I've worked so hard to get, then you can't just stop the work that got you here. So it's almost like common sense. But I mean, I just always know like as quick as you get something, you could lose it so much faster. And I don't want to lose. I've worked too hard to put myself here. So I just want to keep going up, and I'm not gonna get comfortable because there's so much. This isn't even the end. Like I'm trying to get to the league.
Right.
So this
Right.
isn't even the end goal. So it's just so much more. It's so much more, and until the ball stops dribbling, like I can't get comfortable for real. Till the ball stops bouncing, I mean, I can't get comfortable. So yeah, that's really what it
Gotcha.
is.
That's a great answer,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Well, Jasai Miles, I really appreciate the time.
100%. I appreciate you.
Wish you all the best in your travels and your upcoming season with Indiana.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, well, he is Jasai Miles. I'm Mike Schumann for the Daily Hoosier in East 17th Street. We will catch you all next time.
Yes, sir.